Hey guys, Mr. Marcus here, and clarification on the last episode, I said that you maybe need like 15 points to get promoted. I think it's 16, because I'm sure it's six wins you end up needing to get, or 5 wins in a draw. So, yeah. But anyway, we're back with some MyClub, Marcus Mafia, stuff like that. Not a race to Division 1, because I doubt I'll even get there. I'll probably get too bored of the game by the point I actually get there. But anyway, we're in Division 6 and we have 2 matches for today in this episode, and the 2 matches are actually quite entertaining to watch, to be honest. There's a lot of goals and a lot of opportunities and it's a fun thing. But in the first match we get matched against a person who's in Division 9, okay, for some ridiculous reason, and the person's name is Joanna103 or whatever. And they had Olympiacos as their base team, and their team is, of course, not extremely poor, but relatively poor. The best player was Giorgio Chiellini, and then they have Pepe Reina in goal. And the majority of the other players weren't really any stand-up players. I mean, they had a Marcelo at right back, but I'm not sure if that is the Marcelo, because why would he play at right back? But, and that's not. It's a different Marcelo. So, it was always interesting to see with this guy's team, or this female's team. I'm going to guess Joanna is probably a female, but it might not be. I don't know, but yeah, so when I'm going against this person, and this person was quite interesting to play against because they weren't that good, but the only reason I figured this out was because you'll see in the match, when it comes to them taking shots and passing the ball, they rarely do it because of the fact that I think they were playing fully manual because of this. Now, you'll see in a moment when they actually get an opportunity to get the ball, because I sort of dominated from the kickoff, more or less, with Daniel Sturridge throwing goal in the first minutes of the match, and he pops in the back of the net past Pepe Reina, the former Liverpool player. But when he actually gets an opportunity to pass the ball, he doesn't do it. He just decides to take more touches and sort of sprints past everyone rather than passing, because passing is quite difficult on manual passing, as we see here. Plays a really nice ball to the right hand side, past Burnett, just runs past him, but instead of passing the ball, Wayne Routledge is just going to continue to run with it. Like, did a lot more running than he should have, and he should have probably actually passed it. But for whatever reason, well, of course, it's down to the game just being ridiculous when it comes to doing manual passing. But in the 33rd minute of the match, Januzaj scores a really nice goal there, as you see there. He skims past 3 people to pop it in. But in the 37th minute of the match here, gets a strike away with his striker, pretty decent strike away. I'm going to assume it was a manual shot, because as you see here, basically from the opportunity he gets with Diabate, he ends up getting another strike away. And why would you go near post when if he just goes far post, he's probably going to pop in the back of the net? Probably because he just missed his opportunity to actually pass it. There, Neven Subotic with some crazy back heel into Javi Martinez. I don't know what that was all about. Then the 45th minute of the match here, Marquisio gets the ball, gets an opportunity, runs past 2 players, nearly gets a strike away. Guy sort of maybe gets the ball from the tackle, but referee gives the penalty. Take the penalty with Juan Iturbe and pop it in the top left corner. I'm getting pretty decent at taking these penalties with better rated players, which is pretty good, because I don't really like using the guide for penalties. But he scores the most ridiculous goal I've ever seen, as he does a stupid roulette overhead flick thing, which just was so annoying because you can't defend it properly, because forever players don't decide to jump over to get the ball for some reason, just decide to not do anything, to be honest. But in the 57th minute of the match, Chiellini gets sent off for a tackle on Juan Iturbe, and it doesn't really come to anything from the free kick. I don't really do much. I get the ball with D'Ambrosio down the right hand side, cross it in the first time, well, with a cross into Daniel Sturridge. For some reason he takes a touch, when if he just hits that first time with his right foot, it probably would have went in. But in the 77th minute of the match, Marquise on the ball, back heels it into Daniel Sturridge. Sturridge runs past Papa, gets a shot away. It's a good save from Pepe Reina. Comes to Jack Cork volleys it, and it doesn't really come to anything because it takes a massive deflection. It wasn't going in anyway, but hey. But in the last minutes in the match here, for some ridiculous reason, I get played for a goal with Marquisio. Robert Hoof completely takes me out. I get a free kick, and for some reason he decides to quit the game there and then, with literally like 20 seconds left in the match. Now, I personally thought that he was cheating on me, but he wasn't cheating on me at all. He actually just relatively quit the game, because this appears saying a match has been abandoned as your opponent has disconnected, rather than the game between you and your opponent, and the servers lagged and all that crap. So yeah, so we went to this second match of this episode, and it was against quite a difficult opponent, but as you'd expect, there's only like 4 minutes left in this match, so in this episode, so of course it's not going to be that filled with too many highlights. So with that logic, again, it takes ages to search for an opponent. Now, when I say ages, like for me, when I say like half an hour, I'm only joking in terms of half an hour, but it does take, like, in comparison to like FIFA, where it takes you maybe 20 seconds to a minute to get a match, this game, for some reason, is taking me like 5 minutes to get a match each game. It takes ages. I don't know why, but anyway, we get matched against a guy who's in Division 7 called Fumita, and he had basically he's a really interesting team because he was playing 3 at the back. Well, he had a manager 3-3-2-2, and it was a really weird formation to be going up against because of the fact that, well, it didn't really do anything special, to be honest. Like, I've never understood why people must play 3 at the back, because playing 3 at the back sort of, unless you have 3 really good centre backs, you're gonna sort of have a bad time, because of the fact that anyone who's not good at defending can't play 3 at the back, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. So in the first minutes of the match, he actually gave me an opportunity with Daniel Sturridge. I play a through ball all the way over to Marquisio. He actually had Nemanja Matic, so he had like a pretty decent player to sit in front of his team and stuff like that, but it just wasn't really coming to anything. As we've seen the first like 15 minutes of the match, and nothing particularly happened until he got an opportunity with Memphis Depay. As he ran past two of my players, gets a shot away, and it wasn't actually Depay who took the shot, but it was a pretty like good opportunity for him. Like, this game was interesting because, of course, if I won it, I would get promoted to the next division. So I was interested to play against this match. But this goal was the most ridiculous goal I've ever ever scored, because he played the ball back to his goalkeeper, and it just, Marquisio intercepted it, and then I just popped him back in the net. Now, a bit too joyful from my goal and a bit maybe dumbfounded completely, he ends up playing a really nice build-up play, to be honest. Gets the ball down his right-hand side of Sydney Sam, plays it to Memphis Depay. I do some really poor defending, and he pops in the back of the net to make it 1-1 basically from the kickoff. And it's a pretty decent goal as well, which I was actually okay with conceding. But then in this 29th minute of the match, Marquisio runs past 2 or 3 players, gets a strike away, and he pops in the back of the net to score his second goal of the game to make it 2-1 to us. And in the 41st minute of the match, Januzaj on the ball tries to play in a good cross in to Iturbe, of all people, who he jumps up to head it, and he actually gets another headed goal, which is ridiculous considering how short he is. But from that, as you can see there at half time, it was 2-1 to me, 3 shots, 3 on target from me, 3 shots, 2 on target from him. And then he wanted to pause the game basically from kickoff in the second half, but from that he played the ball into Alexander Kurvikov, runs past 2 of my players, gets a strike away, and Ter Stegen, just for whatever reason, decides, I'm not going to bother even trying to save the ball or anything, and just basically doesn't do anything. So he concedes a goal there, and in the 60th minute of the match, Juan Iturbe does some really good work down the left hand side. He ends up getting fouled in the box for Iturbe to take a penalty to basically try and give us the lead, and I score a really good penalty this time, hitting it right into the side net on the right hand side to make it 3-2 to us. And after having brought on Ayala for Januzaj, Ayala scores probably the most ridiculous goal I've ever actually scored, because it all came from like a throw-in down the left hand side, me taking a really early ball into the box because I saw Ayala make the run in, and then basically just taking an opportunity with him doing a relatively poor bit of defending. But from that, yeah, not really going to complain. So we end up winning the game 4-2. We've got enough points to get promoted. We've got enough points to get promoted and all that sort of stuff. He went down to 485 in ranking. I went up to 663 in ranking. With my 18 points in Division 6, so we end up going all the way through Division 6 without actually losing a game, which is pretty big. And we end up going to the next season, as you can see here, into Division 5, win defense, the win, draw, loss, 100% win ratio, and that was that. So promoted to Division 5 in divisions. So yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe my channel for more, and catch you later.